So recently I went down a research rabbit hole about premature ejaculation. And honestly, there is so much misinformation out there. Now, as most of you may or may not know, I am a sex ed student with the Sexual Health Alliance. Hello to everyone. If you are new here, my name is Ali, and on this platform, we have some casual conversations about sex, relationship, and other fun stuff. And when it comes to premature ejaculation, or PE, as I will refer to it in this video, often people think that it's about bad performance or just not being that good in bed. At least that's how it's always portrayed in mainstream media, but that is not the case. Most people think that lasting hours in bed is the goal. Newsflash, if you're a man watching this, us ladies don't necessarily or even want hours in bed. And most studies have found that the average time it takes for men to ejaculate is 5.4 minutes. Probably a lot shorter than what you thought. So if you're stressing about time, chances are you're probably way closer to normal than you actually think. So PE is not about skill or confidence. It is a mix of biological, psychological, and relational factors. It's really about how your body and your mind respond to arousal. And it is by no means a reflection of your worth, your masculinity, or your ability to please someone. And most of my audience are men, 90% of you. So I thought I would take this opportunity to make this video about PE and share with you all the interesting research I am reading about how common is PE, why it happens, and some really interesting treatments that can actually help you last longer in bed. So yeah, I've learned a thing or two, so stay tuned because we're gonna get all into that. All right, first off, it is super common. A large meta-analysis in the Journal of Sexual Medicine in 2016 reviewed data from 45,000 men worldwide. That is a huge amount of people, and found that 30% have experienced premature ejaculation at some point in their lives. Now, this seemed pretty on point because when I surveyed my Patreon members, asking them who has experienced PE, similar numbers showed up in that about 30% had experienced PE at some point in their life. So I'd say the data is pretty accurate here, which, by the way, if you are interested in joining my Patreon community for behind the scenes content, learning more about my sex ed journey, learning more about my sexcapades, my travel content, and also contributing to data like this because I love to pick your brains about certain relationship topics, sexual topics, and so on. I'm gonna leave the link to my Patreon in the description of this video, and you could check it out. And just know that if you do support me, you are motivating me to continue learning about this stuff and sharing with you all of my knowledge. So a big, big thank you to all my Patreon members who support me. Je vous aime. Now, when we look at the clinical definition of PE, which is ejaculation within about 1 minute of penetration, plus distress or loss of control, that number drops to around 4 to 5%. So even though not everyone meets the diagnostic criteria, nearly a third of men have gone through it at some point. Now, let's look at why does this happen. So one big thing that I learned is that premature ejaculation is not just mental or physical. It's usually a mix of both. So there is evidence that links to serotonin receptor differences in the brain, meaning that some people's bodies literally process arousal differently. Isn't that crazy? So one study done in a urology journal found that some men with lower activity in certain serotonin receptors tend to ejaculate faster. It's hard to know if that's you, right? But when we look at it from a psychology perspective, it can also come from learned patterns, like rushing masturbation as a teen, performance anxiety, or even over-focusing on your partner's pleasure. And those habits train your nervous system to respond a lot faster, resulting in premature ejaculation. So it has nothing to do with willpower. It's a combination of biology, learning, and pressure. Now we get to the fun stuff, which is what can actually help you. There is so much information on the internet about treatments and remedies for issues like this. And when I was reading the research too, honestly, it can be a little overwhelming. So I am just going to share with you some of the remedies that I have found through scientific-backed research. Again, I am not a doctor. I am sharing with you the information that I am reading. So please always consult a doctor and do your own research. But the first one, we're going to be looking at some behavioral techniques. So things like the start-stop method, otherwise known as edging, the squeeze technique, or muscle pelvic training. Edging, by the way, if you're not familiar with that term, it means getting really close to orgasm and then stopping right before you get there and then starting that process over again. So this helps build awareness and control while often leading to stronger orgasms over time. You also have products like stamina trainers, which are devices that simulate real stimulation and are designed to help you build better control and endurance over time. And yes, men can do Kegel exercise too. If you thought they were only for women, you thought wrong. Strengthening your pelvic floor muscles over time can help you with orgasm and overall sexual functioning. So in 2014, there was a clinical trial in the Journal of Sexual Medicine, and they found that by combining these behavioral techniques with open partner communication, significantly improved control and satisfaction for both partners. All right, now we are getting into number 2, which is topical treatments. I did not even know these existed until recently. And like, why would I know? I don't have a penis, and therefore I do not experience premature ejaculation. But I am talking about desensitizing sprays that use lidocaine and benzocaine that help reduce sensitivity so you can last longer. Pretty cool, eh? So if you don't know what lidocaine and benzocaine are, like honestly, I didn't know what those are either, but now I know. They work gently by blocking nerve signals, which reduces sensation for a short amount of time. Pretty cool, eh? You learn something new every day. So these delay sprays are actually backed by research. So another study in the Journal of Urology found that a lidocaine and a prilocaine spray increased ejaculation time from 6 seconds to 3.8 minutes. That's over 6 times longer. That's pretty crazy. And here's where my job gets fun. So being in this industry now and making videos about sex and education, I get a lot of emails from a lot of companies asking to send me products and so on. And most of the time I say no now. At the beginning it was cool, but now I have way too many sex toys. And so I refuse a lot, and I'm very selective about who I let send me products because I don't have space for anything anymore. But then I got an email from this company called Promescent, which focuses on a delay spray. And honestly, when I read that, I was like, what the hell is this? And I was also wary because I tend to avoid more like medical type products because A, I'm not a doctor and like I can't test it on myself. So I don't really feel comfortable like talking about these products. But then again, most of my audience are men and experience these issues. So I said, you know what? Let me look into it. And then I remembered one of my favorite YouTubers, Dr. Raina Malik. If you haven't checked out her channel, you absolutely should. She is a urologist and very, very evidence-based in her approach, and she actually promotes Promescent. So I said, you know what? If Raina is talking about them, then I gotta see what this is. So thanks to Promescent, I now know all about delay sprays and have now learned that when it comes to topical products, not all delay sprays are made the same. So this little guy, here we go. Promescent Last Longer Endurance Spray, clinically proven anti-transfer technology. Delays your pleasure, but not your levers. Do a little ASMR here. So it is a lidocaine-based spray, and what makes it stand out is that it's designed to feel more natural. So it comes in this little case right there, Promescent. So it uses this thing called advanced absorption technology, meaning that it stays right where you apply it instead of spreading to all other areas, which apparently other sprays do. And that's important because I read and heard that a lot of the other sprays are using old formulas that haven't been updated since the 70s, and they have really unpredictable absorption. So what that means is that they can end up numbing you way too much, which, I mean, let's be honest, that just takes away the pleasure, or it can be transferred to your partner. And all this kind of defeats the purpose, right? I was actually chatting about delayed sprays with one of my Patreon members after I posted that poll, and they shared with me that, you know, they have experienced PE and they did use delay sprays, not Promescent, but another one, and it had its pros and cons. And one of the cons is that it numbed them way too much. And I quote, "I can't really feel the incredible feeling of being inside a wet kitty." So Promescent, on the other hand, uses a patented formula that's backed by urologists and researchers. So it's been shown to absorb evenly and it doesn't transfer easily and helps you last longer without losing that sensitivity. So it's less about numbing and just giving you back that control, which makes the experience a lot better for both people. Now, I'm not saying this is a magic spray or anything, but it's a legit option for people who experience sensitivity and PE and also want to continue exploring and enjoying intimacy. So I'm going to include a link for Promescent in the description below this video. And as my audience, you will receive 15% off your purchase. And if you decide to use it or you have used them in the past, please drop it in the comments below. I would love to hear your feedback because again, I am learning about this stuff and I would love to hear about your experience. All right, now we are moving into another form of treatment, which is sex therapy. Now, I have made videos about sex therapy before. I see a sex therapist. I think everyone should see a sex therapist at least once or twice in their lives. But research shows that by combining behavioral methods with psychological support, such as sex therapy, especially cognitive behavioral therapy, can break anxiety cycles. A 2018 study in the International Journal of Impotence Research found significantly better outcomes when therapy was paired with physical treatment. And moving on to number 4, which is medications. Again, I am not a doctor. I am sharing with you what I have read, what the science says. But again, always do your own research and talk to your doctor. But the research does show that some antidepressants, such as SSRIs, delay ejaculation by increasing serotonin levels in the brain. One called Topical is actually approved in some parts of Europe, specifically for premature ejaculation. Again, talk to your doctor, do your own research, as these medications are prescription only and do come with side effects. So they're usually considered later stage options. Now, that is what is floating around, in terms of treatments and what works and what helps you to last longer. When we look at what doesn't really work and the wellness industry or the sexual wellness industry in general, there are a lot of miracle cures that are out there, from herbal blends to random training programs, but that have zero scientific studies or research to back it up. And this was confirmed to me again by some conversations I had with my Patreon members who did experience PE and who tried herbal blends and stuff like that. And they confirmed that it did absolutely nothing for them. Again, to each their own, maybe it'll work for you, but for them, the delay spray was definitely a better match in terms of solving their issue. But they say that the best results come from combining methods. So we're talking about something for the body, like a spray, a delay Promescent spray, or exercise such as pelvic strengthening muscle exercises, Kegel exercises, something for the mind like therapy or mindfulness, and something for the relationship like trust and communication. So why does all this matter? What really hit me through all this research that I've been reading about is that premature ejaculation is very common and very treatable. I want to let you know that it is not a sign of failure. It's just a pattern that the body learned, and with the right support, it can unlearn it too. Making videos like this and sharing this kind of information takes the shame out of something that is so common that so many people quietly experience. So that being said, if you feel that you are the only one going through this, I guarantee you are probably not. And I would love if you could be vulnerable and share in the comments below your experience. If you're looking for help, if you've had treatment, what's worked for you, what's not worked for you, let's share the knowledge. Let's help each other out so we can all live wonderful, pleasurable, intimate lives. If you found this video helpful, share it with someone you think maybe needs to hear it. And again, if you want to check out Promescent Delay Spray, I will leave the link in the description below this video and you will get 15% off your purchase. And if you would like some more content from me, you can check out my Patreon. I will also link that below. So I want to thank you for joining me on this sex ed journey that I am on. And thank you for watching, friends. I will see you in the next video. Je vous aime.